Hey, happy Monday, and thanks for joining us here on 9 News Plus on this sunny Monday, but still pretty chilly out there. I'm 9 News meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and this week looking pretty tranquil, certainly compared to what we had over the weekend. We'll go back into the weekend a little bit here on 9 News Plus as well, but in the meantime, for today, certainly on the cooler side, but we're still going to be around our seasonal averages for today, already about there in many spots. That said, we do have the potential for a little bit of light mountain snowfall along the north by 70, not a big deal for us later on today. And this is where we'd probably see this would be in our northern mountains. So this would be Grand Lake, where on this Monday we're seeing some cloud cover and it's just a little bit unsettled up there. I got just a little weak wave of moisture pushing its way through that part of the state, but I'm not expecting much in the way of accumulation even in the high country as a result of that. Meantime, here in Denver, we're getting those downsloping winds. They're light, and that means we got beautiful blue skies overhead. We did have some morning cloud cover that has mostly since broken on up. So let's take a look back at what we saw over the weekend, where we picked up, look at this, some very localized snowfall. So in Greeley, we picked up about a foot of snow. Meantime, you headed about, I just saw a report from about 6 miles south of Greeley where they only had about 3 inches worth of snowfall. At the airport, about 30 miles due south of Greeley, 35 miles due south of Greeley, 3.7 inches worth of snowfall. Boulder, Fort Collins, only about 1 to 3 inches between those two. And then the west side of the Denver metro area, 6 to as much as 12 inches worth of snowfall. So a very, very localized snow event. That was one of the big takeaways, where most of the metro area saw a light to moderate snowfall, but some areas got absolutely walloped. The west side of the metro area and also the Greeley area and right around there, kind of Milliken, Evans, they got hit pretty hard with that snowfall, mostly on Friday night and Saturday morning. Meantime, the other kind of takeaway is, once again, it snowed on Saturday. I don't know what it is, if Mother Nature works for the public schools or something like that. I don't know what's going on, but we have now picked up more than 3/4 of our snowfall so far this winter on Saturday alone. If you factor in Friday and Sunday as well, we're at about close to 90% of our snowfall this season has come on those 3 days. So it has been a nonstop weekend snow event. We could continue that trend later on this week, but this week overall looking pretty tranquil, even with that snow chance coming up on Friday. It looks light. I say near 50 degrees for us in Denver. It is a quiet week with a lot of sunshine ahead. And then again, Friday, that's our next chance for kind of meaningful snow for us here in the Denver area. Better chance for snow as you head into the high country. But again, even that not looking all that significant. AC Doppler radar is quiet right now on this Monday. And we do have, as you look a closer look in here at our northern mountains, we do have a little bit of cloud cover again. Chance for a few flakes for us up by Grand Lake. So that would be really kind of Jackson, Route, and Grand counties. Those three would be the ones most favored. Maybe even eastern part of Moffat County. That's where you could see, again, maybe a little bit of that cloud cover along the Highway 40 corridor of the far northern reaches of the state. Not expecting any accumulation there. It's just very dry at the surface, but we will have some light snow showers around this afternoon, and that's going to be pretty much it for us in terms of those snow chances for us across our northern mountains for the next few days. Temperatures right now are already up to about 42 for us here in Denver. Kremling at Middle Park, you are at 10 degrees, one of the typical cold spots. Gunnison at 14. Eastern Plains mostly in the 30s and 40s. And we'll get up into the upper 40s for us in Denver today. Make a run at 50 degrees, and that will continue to melt off a lot of that snowfall that we picked up over the weekend. The west side of the metro area may actually end up being a tad cooler just because of all that fresh snowpack on the ground there, and that will insulate the ground and kind of keep things a bit chillier right at the surface. But temperatures in Denver, for the most part, should get up to near 50 degrees for us. In the mountains, a lot of 20s and 30s on this Monday. Tonight, drop back into the low 20s for us. It's clear, it is quiet. Yesterday was our first 5:30 p.m. or later sunset of the calendar year. So obviously today we'll be there as well. We're gaining about a little less than 2.5 minutes worth of daylight each day. So making some notable progress in terms of that daylight. Probably noticing more and more that those sunset times not quite as, well, frankly, depressing as they were, say, a month and a half, 2 months ago. Zonal jet stream pattern is in place. What does that mean for you? It means that we've got basically a level jet stream wind, and it's when you tend to look for kind of wavier winds in the jet stream for more active weather. But right now we're kind of in the opposite of that. It's kind of a fairly flat jet look to the jet stream. What that means is we're going to be basically quiet and calm for most of this week, as long as we got this, what we again term zonal jet stream pattern coming up over the next couple of days. Tomorrow will be in the low 50s for us here in Denver. A lot of 50s for us in the eastern plains, a little colder as you head a bit further north. 30s for us into the high country. And that 7-day forecast is a fairly tranquil one. That said, we do have a chance for some snow on Friday and also maybe on Sunday. A rain or snow shower possible for us both of those days. I will say Friday, it does look like we could get a quick little kind of thump of snow for us on Friday, maybe during the afternoon. We'll have to get a bit closer to it. You might notice that high of 40 degrees tells us it's going to be fairly mild, and that may be one of the challenges with the upcoming forecast is if it falls during the day, it's going to have a difficult time accumulating, but temperatures mostly in the 40s and 50s. This doesn't look like a big deal at this point to me. Last week's, the week before snowfall, those looked a bit more significant at the outset. This would be a quick kind of shot of maybe an inch or two of snow for us in the Denver area. That's the way it looks right now, and of course we'll keep you posted with the latest on that. I'll leave you with some good news. We continue to make progress in terms of those snowpack numbers. I remember this time last week we were in the upper 80s to around 90 degrees, upper 80s to around 90% in terms of our snowpack average statewide. We're now close to 100%. In fact, the Gunnison River Basin is 100%. We will see these numbers fall off a little bit this week due to the fact that we're just not getting a ton of snow until the end of the week. But in the meantime, we've made some really notable progress in terms of those snowpack numbers. Consider this, back on January the 6th, we were at just 68% of our statewide snowpack, and we are now close to 100%. So really good news over the last month or so. We had a pretty good storm, especially for our southern mountains last week, and we're, again, continuing to really bring up those numbers. That is excellent news for us. Chief Meteorologist Kathy Seaman will have more for us come up at 9 News at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 on the 9 News family of networks. Once again, I'm 9 News meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Plus.